This is John Black, Super Chemist, doing our sermon, weekly sermon on Sundays. This is part 2 or part B of, these Pastafarian sermons are put under my playlist called Pastafarian Sermons. This sermon is called Submissive Wife. We already went into the man's side of things, like how does a man go out for 50 hours a week, submit to a total stranger that he doesn't even like, for his family, for his wife, and then, he does that 9 hours a day, comes home after 9 hours of doing that every second for 9 hours, and the woman has to submit maybe a half hour each day to the man, doing stuff that he asked her to do, and she thinks it's oppression, even though he just went out for 9 hours and he's just asking you for 15, 30 minutes each day to submit to him, to be grateful that he did it for 9 hours for her, so she didn't have to do it for 9 hours. She only has to do it a half hour. You know what I mean? But then looking at the other side, the woman's side, right? This woman who we already realized and did the math that if two parents work, you got to work, each parent works 75 hours a week. That's 15 hours a day, 5 days a week. That's literally there's only 16 hours in a day. If you work 15, you'll literally work the whole day. When do you see your kids or work on your marriage or do anything? So my whole thing is a traditional marriage, the man works 50 hours and the woman works 50 hours. That's oppression. That's submission. There's slavery. So instead of the woman working 50 hours a week and the man working 50 hours a week, all right? No, actually, the woman doesn't even work that much, but let's just say that they do. Instead, they say working 75 hours, right? Both parents working 75 hours a week instead of 50 is not, it's empowering. 50 hours a week for both parents is oppression, and submission is horrible. But 75 hours a week for each parent, that's empowerment, okay? And, like we discussed in the last video, what is a woman, when a man gets home from 9 hours of submission to a total stranger that he doesn't even like, and he asks the woman to submit to him for a half hour each day, that is, and she's supposed to love the husband, like she's submitting to someone she loves for a half hour a day. That's all the husband is asking, and the husband is submitting to someone he doesn't even like for 9 hours a day, okay? But when the woman goes to work, doesn't she submit? Now she has to submit 50 hours a week to a total stranger that she doesn't even like and most likely hates, or has animosity towards. She definitely doesn't love him, though, right? The half hour a day was, for her husband, was slavery and oppression, submission. But when she submits to her boss for 50 hours a week, that's not oppression, and that's not. And what's funny is the woman, she can submit to her boss for 50 hours a week. She can submit to the cops. She can submit to her doctor. She can submit to her coach. She can submit to her teacher. She can submit to her HR representative. She could submit to her friends. She could submit to her supervisor at work. She can submit to everyone that she doesn't even love, supposedly. But when it comes to her man, submission is evil. Even though she does it all day long at work, to everybody else, in public, to all the cops and doctors and teachers or whatever that she comes in contact with, submits to all of them without a bat and an eyelash. But then she comes home, she's like, submit to my husband, the man I love, for 5 minutes? Oh, hell no. That's not going to happen. And women marry this, men marry these women like idiots. Like, what is wrong with you? I mean, when a man submits to a total stranger, it's not oppression. When she doesn't, like, the only time it's oppression is when she has to submit to her husband. No other submission in the world, even though the submission that a wife does with a husband is like 0.0000000% of all the submission that happens in the world. You know what I mean? All the other submissions is cool. Just that one type. It's only a little small fraction of the actual submission that they have to endure going out and working. Does that make sense? So that's another reason why you don't pick these type of women, because they're idiots. You've got to be a total moron to believe these kinds of things that they're believing. You know what I mean? And do you want your child? You know, you need to care about your child more than you. Yes, I understand you love this woman, but if she's so idiotic that she can't figure out that submission is not oppression, and that she actually submits 20 trillion, zillion, billion times more by going out and working than she would if she was a housewife, she would be pressed more, you know, she'd be submitting more than, you know, she'd be submitting basically 12 hours a day working, but that's empowerment. And oppression is when she submits to her husband a half hour a week, and that's the only kind of submitting she has to do ever in her entire life. Do you want that kind of woman teaching your children, raising your children? I mean, this is crazy. And this is why it's a duty in a Pastafarian religion. It's a duty to get a wife. And a wife is someone who submits to you. Okay? And I understand if you're a boss babe, you might not be able to, you know, go into this type of marriage or whatever. But you have to and you're free. No one should be put down that you choose another type of structure for your marriage. But we don't lie. Pastafarians don't lie. Facts are not racist to Pastafarians. They're not transphobic. They're truth. They're reality. God gave us reality, right? That's one of the main things that He gave us. He gave us the universe and everything in it, which includes reality. That's all He gave us in life. And to spit in His face from reality, you know, to spit in His face and lie and disavow what is reality, what is truth, is a sin, okay, in the Pastafarian religion. So, yeah, the boss babe might want to have a different structured type family, and she's great to do it, but if she starts lying, saying that it's not better to do it this way, now she's lying. Now we need to tell. We don't put her down for her decisions. We put her down for lying about that, saying her decision is a good decision. You know what I mean? That's what we do, because we don't like lies. We don't like double speak in the Pastafarian religion. Okay. So, pretty much done with talking about the submissions. I think I got like 6 minutes left. So I'm going to try to babble here about maybe some things about submission, being submissive. Yeah, it's and the thing is you can't, if you have a reverse marriage, and the husband is the house husband, if he's submissive and the woman is the leader, it just won't work. It just won't work. And this lie that you know, the man is forcing the woman. No, the woman is forcing. They're forcing us. Because if we do not be the leader, they will destroy everything. Everything in our lives, okay? They destroy everything. Not men. Men just accept. Men are very adaptable. That is why they are the leaders, because they are adaptable. They are more competent. I want you to think of this, okay? A man and a woman, right? They get together, right? The woman looks for what? Someone who's taller, someone who is stronger, someone who is more capable, someone who is smarter, someone who is a leader. Basically, they pick someone who is better than them, and then they get in the marriage and they say, yes, I picked you because you're better than me, but I think that I should have the same exact say-so as you. It's like me having a business, and I go, I'm going to get in business with Bill Gates or something like that. Elon Musk, okay, right? Trump. I'm going to get in a business with them. I don't know anything. I'm a homeless guy on the street, right? I'm a total moron. I can't even keep $1 in my pocket, right? And we get in and I seek out Trump. I do that because I know they're better than me. I know they know about money. I don't know crap, right? So I'm gonna seek out someone that's better than me so that we can succeed, right? And then I find Elon Musk, and then we start a business, and I'm constantly telling him how to run the business. I picked him because he's 100 million times better than me. He's superior than me in every way. But yet, even though I know that that's true, because I actually went out and picked him for those reasons, right? I actually picked you because you were taller, because you were more capable, stronger, blah, 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 all the stuff women want in a man. And then, see, they force their place as the follower by seeking out. You don't go and look for a leader who's more competent than you in every way, then marry him and say, yes, you're more competent than me in every way, but I still want just as much say-so as you in all decision-making. I can't even imagine doing that as a man. I go get Elon Musk, and then we're in a business. No, I want just as much say as you. No. What I would do is, I want to give him my words. I want to give him my 2 cents. But you have the final say, Elon Musk, because I sought you out because you are better than me, because you are smarter than me, because you are better with business with me. So therefore, I'm going to, concede to what you want. You should have the final word, right? But the crazy part is that men understand this. Every man knows that a woman looks for a taller man, a stronger man, a more capable man, a man that is superior to that woman in every way. So why, if you know that, if your woman is there and you're sitting there, she knows, you know that she got you because you're taller, she got you because you're basically better in every way, why are you conceding, why are you saying, yes, she should have words, she should have a last say? No, you should have the last say. And why? First of all, it's right. It makes you a good leader. But mainly, okay, because if you don't, the woman will not respect you. She will not, and once she doesn't respect you, once she thinks that you're not a good leader, okay, and the one way that you're a bad leader is by doing stuff that ain't fair. And doing stuff that ain't fair means not just, unfair for her, but unfair for me. If it's unfair for anybody, she will clench onto that, even if it's just her subconscious, and lose all respect for you. Okay, so it's your decision what you want to do, okay? You can either try to get a submissive woman, make her put obey into the marriage thing. You know how they say love, honor, and obey? You don't force her to do it, okay? That's a mistake. You find a woman who answers you correctly and says, I want the word obey in there because I know that you are the leader. And I'm always going to, it's like you don't have a country that has 2 leaders, because then they'll always just fight all the time. Every time they don't agree, what happens? There's no other outcome except for fighting, right? Or someone loses their, they're like, oh, I always have to give in. Well, yeah, if you're the follower, yes, you have to always give in. The coach always gets the last word, and as a player, yeah, you just go along with what he says. The president always has the last word, and all the people below, we just follow along with it. Same way with any kind of, a teacher. We have a teacher. We just, whatever the teacher says, that's it. He's the teacher. He's the leader. But somehow, when these women get into a relationship with a man, they want a leader, but they won't let him lead. Okay, the definition of a leader is someone who has the last word. It doesn't mean that the woman never gets a say. Every time the woman gets to say something, okay, in private, not in front of all friends, humiliating her man. Behind closed doors, calmly, yes, she has a right every time to put in her 2 cents. But once she does, and he puts his 2 cents in, it's the final word is the man. And it's not because the man does it because he is mean or he wants to be a controlling a jerk. No, it's because if he doesn't, his woman will not respect him. She will destroy everything in the marriage, which includes the kids and everything else. That's why, because she forces this. You all have a blessed day and a good Sunday.